guys, welcome back to my channel. As you probably know, the Golden Globe Awards were on Sunday, and I wanted to do a Golden Globe inspired makeup look, so I chose this one by Lily James, or no, not by Lily James, but worn by Lily James, and she had a really pretty, just kind of mauve, just monochromatic look that I thought was gorgeous with her brown eyes, and I really was just inspired to recreate it, especially because it can be achieved so easily. So if you guys want to see how to get this makeup look, then just keep watching. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to prime my face using my usual primer, the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm. If I'm talking weird in this video, you guys, I'm trying so hard not to, but I have the biggest canker sore on my tongue and it hurts so bad. So I'm just going to apply this pretty much all over my face. It comes out really fast and it's really like kind of runny, so I don't even really target it in certain areas. I just put it kind of everywhere. Next, I'm going to take my foundation. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation. I'm in the shade 115. And I'm actually going to do something tricksy this time, guys. So if you've watched my channel for a while, you may have heard me talk about the Josie Maran Argan Infinity Intensive Creamy Oil. I'm trying not to let this foundation fall off of my hand while I'm talking. I use this as a moisturizer and it's like amazing if you have dry skin. So I'm actually going to try and mix it in with my foundation. This is weird. I probably just could have put it on under my makeup, huh? Well, we're just gonna try this and see how it goes. So, I don't know if you guys watch the Golden Globes. I don't watch the awards. I just kind of like follow the style watch and, you know, I'll watch like the highlights and things that were funny or whatever. But I really just don't have time to sit and watch, you know, the whole coverage of the event. But of course I love to see what people wear and like what, you know, makeup looks people wear and stuff, so I'm always interested in that. Let me know what your favorite makeup look from the event was. I mean, a lot of people went like a little bit more natural than they typically do. There was the look that I'm doing. I also really liked Zendaya's makeup, but it was almost identical. Like when you really examined the look she was wearing, it was almost identical to the one that I'm doing. But the reason I didn't do that, I actually was considering doing Zendaya's, but the reason I didn't do that is because I couldn't find a really good shot with her where you could see her lids. So I didn't want to like get it wrong, or I don't know, I just didn't feel like I could really get a holistic view of it, which is sad. I really wish that they would have them pose like looking down for one shot. Like you can do really elegant shots like that. I just wish they would do it so that we could see what makeup they're wearing, you know what I mean? Make my job so much easier. Okay, sorry, my camera settings were like way wrong. Had to fix that. It made me look like I had like warm toned skin, which I do not have. That's when you know something's up. Anyway, I'm going to just use my Laura Mercier powder to set my foundation. Next, I'm going to do underneath my eyes. I'm using Girl Pro Conceal. This is the shade Classic Ivory. It's kind of peachy pink-ish, and so it does a good job of correcting underneath my eyes. Guys, were any of you as big of Bowie fans as I am, /was/am? I think it's like unhealthy how much I loved him, and I'm so sad. I'm so sad. It's so sad that he was like sick and didn't say anything, and it's so sad that he's gone. It's just like, he was one of the beautiful things in this world, you know? I mean, everyone is, but there was something so special about him. Like as a musician, but also just as a person, and he was just so complex and interesting, you know? I would really have loved to meet him. Okay, the wind is like really high here right now, and something just creaked so creepily, like, you know the sound effect in like a scary movie when like it just did it again, where like they walk by a swing set or something that's like haunted and it's like and it creaks. Something in my house just did that. I'm scared. Okay, something keeps creaking. If this is the last video I ever upload, guys, it's because whatever's creaking killed me. I leave all my makeup to my sister. So the whole kind of colorway that she was wearing was like mauve-y taupes. mostly mauve, on the mauve side. Really, really pretty. She has kind of brown and blonde hair. She's got kind of an ombre thing going on, and she has beautiful big brown eyes. Brown eyes look so good in like mauve colors. So I'm gonna prime my eyes with this paint pot by MAC. This is Layin Low, and I'm just going to use that all over my lid as usual. So she had kind of like a little bit of a smoky eye going on, but I'm gonna take this eye kohl by MAC. This is called Costa Riche, and I'm going to kind of smudge that on the lower half of my lids and then blend it upward to get a little bit of smoky going on underneath the shadow that I'm going to use. And I'm going to smudge that using a little short brush here just to soften it. Make it a little bit more smoky. This is like the easiest way to do a smoky eye, guys. So this technique for a smoky eye works better the creamier your liner formula is. So I usually use one by Jane Cosmetics, which is really, really smudgy. But that one that I have is black. So this one, it's a technical, or whatever it's called, from MAC. It is working out really well. So that is awesome. Okay, so the artist who did her makeup actually used a Charlotte Tilbury cream shadow for Lily's eyes, but as those are $32, I own this many of them. The shade was Mona Lisa, so if you guys have that at home, recreate it using that and you'll be exactly the same shade she was wearing. But I found that Mona Lisa looks almost identical to Liar from the Naked 3 palette. So that is this one here. And it's kind of in between taupe and mauve. I mean, it looks really taupey on my finger, and then when I put it here, it looks a little bit more mauve. So it's kind of a mixture of both. And I am just going to put that all over the lid. It's going to be a little bit more dense of a color because we put that liner down underneath. It's going to give it a little bit more I don't know, a little bit more depth. And then what I like to do is take the liner and go over it a little more just to line the lashes and kind of smoke that out. And for my crease area, sometimes when I'm doing a smoky eye, depending on what kind of a smoky eye I'm doing, I like to do my crease afterward, which is kind of weird, but I'll show you what I'm going to use for that. So I'm actually going to use an oldie but a goodie. This is the It Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette. The shade I'm going to use for my transition is Soulful. And sticking with that kind of pink mauve color palette situation, I'm just going to stick that in the transition area. These are really, really easy to blend and really smooth. So, you know, it kind of makes it easy to do after I've already done the lid. Any other shadows I probably wouldn't, just because it can be harder to blend at this point. Now I'm going to take this shade here, it's called All Heart, and it's a little bit deeper than what we just put in the transition area, but it's got that purple mauve feel to it. I actually want to stick that kind of in the crease and bring it under, whoops, I've got like brush hair, and bring it underneath here to kind of contour the brow bone. You can tell that she has a little bit of that going on, and it looks really, really pretty, kind of shapes her eye really nicely. So basically all I'm doing is dragging this color out and flicking it up a little bit. And that's how you get, you know, where you can kind of, when they're looking up, you can still see that shadow underneath there. That's how you get this. Now it looks totally crazy, so we're going to blend it. So I like doing this kind of a swoop here with that shadow because once it's blended, it really does just create like a contoured shadow look to the eye socket, and it changes the shape in such a nice way. It's a really tried and true old way of doing a smoky eye. Gina Rodriguez had a very similar look to this. Actually, like I said, so did Zendaya. All of the looks were very similar this year. They were all kind of that cool toned mauve, taupey kind of color palette, which I think is really, really flattering on most eye colors and most skin tones. And then as far as the lower lash line, there wasn't a whole lot there, but I'm going to take that same shade called All Heart, and I'm just going to kind of smudge that underneath using a pencil brush, just to give kind of like a, is there shadow under there kind of look, because that's exactly what Lily was wearing, where it's a little defined, but it's not super obvious that there's shadow there. I'm going to take that same eyeliner that we used before, called Costa Riche, and I'm going to put that on my lower lash line. Sorry, my stool is really, really creaky. And I'm going to kind of smudge that on the upper lash line too. Just kind of messily. Now in the photo, she does have a little bit of a highlight on the inner corner, and it's really kind of white looking. So I'm going to use this Transforming Pearl shade here from the IT Cosmetics palette, and it's a really small area she has highlighted. It's just right in the very corner. She doesn't, you know, go too crazy with it or anything. And Lily has nice, fluffy, bushy eyebrows that I just think are gorgeous, so I tried to like mess mine up a little bit to make them look it's a little bit sad, okay? So we're gonna go in with mascara now. This one is the Punk Volumizer mascara that I've been using for a while. You guys have heard me talk about it 1,000 times. It's a really good one though. Okay, so I've just got some Ardel Demi Wispy lashes on. I'm gonna go with this eyeliner, no, lip liner. This is by LA Girl and it is called Natural. And it's a roll-up one, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it works fine. I'm going to conceal my lip line first, actually I forgot to do that. And then I will line it. Her whole look was really monochromatic, which I love. She had the pinky mauves like on the eyes and on the cheeks too, and the lips, but they were all just a little bit different versions of that kind of color scheme. And then for the actual lip color, this is a Revlon, whatever these were called, all of the information rubbed off. The shade is 001 Honey, but I don't remember like what these are called. Sorry. So I'm just going to apply that over the liner. Like a kindergartner trying to color when I use these. They're just so big. I'm like... So for my cheeks, I'm just going to kind of cradle my blush with this Laura Mercier Ritual. They call this the Baked Blush Bronze, and if you haven't seen it before, it is so beautiful. It looks like the surface of like a planet that would be like made of makeup. How cool would that be? Doesn't it though? So funny. It's got like some rose gold, reddish bronze, and it's got some browns, like bronzer tones, and it's got some pinks in it. So it's really, really pretty, and like I said, I just use it to kind of cradle my blush. I go like right under the cheekbone, but not a contour. I'd take a contour like right underneath it, if that makes sense. And then I will go in with my blush. And I'm going to use the Morphe 9B blush palette. I'm going to take this pinky mauve. It's actually lighter in real life than it looks in the camera, but I'm just going to apply that to my cheeks. These blushes are like scary pigmented, so I like often apply way too much. But they're really good though. I'm like just touching the brush on my face and it's like... And next I'm just going to finish it off with a little highlight. This is Champagne Pop by Becca and Jaclyn Hill, and I'm just barely touching this. I mean, you get so much on your brush, but I'm just barely applying any. I'm tapping most of it off, just because this look is not about the highlight. Yes, she's a little highlighted, but it's not like, this is not a mermaid look. You know what I'm saying? And that completes this Golden Globes Lily James inspired makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you've not already subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you do so and join the family. I have the best viewers on the internet, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!